Hello everyone and welcome to PlayStation Access. My name's Rob and I'm coming to you live from February 2022, one of the most exciting months for video games in living memory. Sifu, Ollie Ollie World, Horizon Forbidden West, amazing. But the fun doesn't stop there, as today we're focusing on Elden Ring, the epic new From Software RPG heading to PS4 and PS5 on the 25th of February. While From Software's games are often shrouded in mystery, we're here to pull back the veil and get you fully prepped for this open-world fantasy adventure with every scrap of detail we can find. Ready? Here are 39 things you need to know about Elden Ring before you play. Number 1. Elden Ring is a collaboration between Dark Souls and Bloodborne developer From Software and Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin. To clarify, that's the team who love to kill you in their games, and the guy who loves to kill all your favourite characters in his books. A perfect match, if ever there was one. Number 2, the story takes place in a fantasy realm called the Lands Between, which is home to the colossal Erd Tree, the golden tree we keep seeing popping up in the trailers. This realm is ruled by Queen Marika the Eternal, but a civil war between her 6 demigod children has plunged the land into chaos, resulting in the Shattering. Number 3, the Shattering is what happened when the Elden Ring was broken into several fragments, also known as Great Runes, which were then split between the demigods. The demigods we've seen so far, such as Godric the Golden and his many arms, look absolutely nails. Number 4, this is where you come in. You play as a member of the Tarnished, a tribe that lived in the Lands Between but were banished for reasons that remain a mystery. More importantly though, you're here to bring together the pieces of the Elden Ring and claim the Elden Lordship for yourself. Number 5, what your Tarnished looks and plays like is entirely up to you. When you create your character, you'll be able to choose a class that determines how you start your adventure in the Lands Between. Which leads us into number 6, the classes confirmed for Elden Ring so far. These are the Astrologer, the Bandit, the Confessor, the Hero, the Prisoner, the Prophet, the Samurai, the Vagabond and the Warrior. Like a box of Quality Street, everyone's going to have a favourite and one they can't stand. The Astrologer, ugh, gross. Number 7, there's also a class where your character has nothing when they start the game, called the Wretch. Only masochists need apply. Number 8. Now, you might be thinking, so far so Dark Souls. Well, Elden Ring shakes up the formula by going full on open world. Go where you want in the Lands Between and peel back the layers of mystery in this world however you see fit. Number 9. The Lands Between is made up of various regions, such as the Autumnal Limgrave, and they all have their own areas of interest and places to discover. There are also plenty of hidden areas, such as the subterranean Siofra River, that can be accessed via a hidden lift. You can keep track of where you visited and where you want to visit via the in-game map. Number 10, when it comes to making your way through the Lands Between, you'll be getting a helping hand with the Guidance of Grace, a glowing golden beam that will point you to areas of interest. Think of it as your guide to the critical path. Number 11, of course, why should you stay on the critical path when you've got a whole world to explore? Adventurous players will be able to discover secret caves and dungeons throughout the Lands Between, but getting through them won't be easy. Come on, did you expect a place called Stormvale Castle to be welcoming? Number 12, also out in the world are caravans being pulled along by giants. While you might consider letting these burly boys go about their work, defeating them means you'll be able to snag some valuable loot. When in doubt, always go for the loot. Number 13, you'll notice Elden Ring's world is scattered with messages and bloodstains, which returning Souls fans know can be a huge help or trick you into doing something really stupid. Number 14, you can rest at Sites of Grace, which you'll find dotted around the Lands Between, a bit like the bonfires in Dark Souls. Sites of Grace allow you to regroup and complain to anyone within earshot about how many times you've died to get there. Number 15, at the Sites of Grace, you can also level up your character with runes collected from defeated enemies, refill your healing flasks, and respawn every enemy in the area, because of course. Number 16, Elden Ring features a day-night cycle, and Sites of Grace let you decide how long to rest for. As certain enemies only appear during specific times of the day, this is a great way to hunt, or avoid, let's be honest, it's to avoid, isn't it, the really dangerous stuff. Number 17, another intriguing addition to Sites of Grace is the ability to create wondrous physics concocted from the crystal tears you'll find around the lands between. Mixing different types of tears together gives you various effects. The best way to find out what effects is to experiment. What can possibly go wrong? Number 18, another thing you can do at Sites of Grace is equip your Ashes of War. These can improve your weapons and shields with various special effects, such as spectral swords that hover around your character and automatically attack any enemy that dares charge at you. Number 19, once you've got your bearings in the lands between, one of the first things you'll want to do is find Melina. She's a seemingly friendly face who not only wants to help you in your quest, but also offers you the spectral steed whistle, which allows you to summon number 20, Torrent, your spirit horse. Torrent is the absolute best. They let you gallop across the world, can soar into the sky using updrafts, large columns of wind that allow you to reach higher spots, and can also double jump. Torrent may be a horse, but in our eyes, they're also the absolute GOAT. Number 21, you can jump as well, opening up all sorts of opportunities when it comes to combat. Whether you're using a jump attack or dodging a boss, the combat in Elden Ring literally reaches new heights. Anyway, is it time to talk about the bosses? We think it's time to talk about the bosses. Number 22, one of our favourite things about Elden Ring's open world is that certain bosses can be avoided simply by running away. While you'll still get the occasional closed arena where it's kill or be killed, most of the time Elden Ring gives you the freedom to approach these bigger fights at your own pace. Number 23, not that you'll want to avoid these fights, as you'd be missing out on some truly exceptional enemies. One of our early favourites from the closed network test is the absolute unit that is Agil the Flying Dragon, whose introduction is as spectacular and as terrifying as you'd imagine. Number 24, another awesome looking boss is Godric, the ruler of Stormvale Castle, who wields a giant axe in one of his many hands. No doubt he'll be using it to give us many game overs. Number 25, keep an eye out for stakes of Marika. You're likely to find them near boss encounters, and after you die, you can choose to be revived at them instead of a Site of Grace, which should help cut down on your travel time. Number 26, some combat basics that'll be familiar to veterans of other From Software titles. You can lock onto enemies by clicking R3, and mastering the art of blocking and parrying will be hugely beneficial on your journey. However, number 27, stealth is also a viable option in Elden Ring. We've already seen from the closed network test how your character can hide in tall grass, either to sneak up on enemies or avoid them entirely. So if you don't fancy the pain of having any old schmuck dunk on you early on, we'd recommend being sneaky. Number 28, the Land Between also boasts smithing stations which allow you to upgrade your weapons and armour. Number 29, you can also use magic spells if you have the right equipment. Use a staff and you can cast sorceries such as the Glintstone Pebble, which shoots a magic projectile at enemies, and the Briars of Sin that creates thorns from your own blood. Lovely. Likewise, for number 30, if you have a Sacred Seal equipped, you can cast incantations, which are also extremely handy to have in a fight. One incantation is called the Litany of Proper Death, which deals holy damage to enemies and has to be the most metal name you could have for a spell. Number 31, of course, magic spells don't come free, which is why you should keep an eye on your focus point gauge. This blue bar sits between your red health bar and green stamina bar, letting you keep track of exactly how many spells you can cast. You'll be able to replenish your focus points by taking a swig from a new flask in your inventory, the Flask of Cerulean Tears. Another important thing to know about Elden Ring's combat is that number 32, you can summon NPCs to help you fight. To do this, you'll need a Spirit Caller's Ash, a Spirit Bell, and to be standing near a Rebirth Monument. This is particularly useful when going up against a gnarly boss, like our good friend Agil the Flying Dragon. Number 33, fancy more of a human touch when it comes to recruiting help? Well, if you use a tarnished furled finger at a summoning pool, you can summon up to 3 other players to help you on your quest. And if you're joining a friend session, you'll be able to take back all the runes you collected to your own game. Number 34, if you fancy taking on another Tarnished in some PvP action, simply use a bloody finger at a summoning pool to invade someone else's world. Just don't expect them to welcome you with open arms. And if you're the sort of soul who wants people to come crashing into your world, number 35, the Taunter's Tongue is for you. This item is an open invitation for an invasion into your game. Best of luck to you, if that's the way you want to play Elden Ring. Number 36. In an interview with the PlayStation blog, Elden Ring director Hidetaka Miyazaki confirmed the game will have a new Game Plus mode and multiple endings. While we might have been expecting them anyway, considering From Software's reputation, we still can't wait to see what lies at the game's conclusion, if indeed we can actually get there. Number 37, another new thing for Elden Ring is the crafting system. Once you unlock the crafting kit and find some recipe books, you can concoct all manner of items, from extra arrows to makeshift explosives, from the materials you'll find around the Lands Between. Number 38, another crucial new area you'll need to know about is the Round Table Hold, which is similar to the Hunter's Dream in Bloodborne. In this area, you'll be able to chat with other Tarnished who can help you on your quest, including a blacksmith who can craft upgrades and a character who can teach you new spells. A strict no combat policy here means it'll provide a nice moment of respite from all the dying you've got to look forward to elsewhere. And finally, number 39, prepare to die. It's a From Software game after all. And that's 39 things you need to know about Elden Ring before you play. Tell us in the comments which class you're going to pick, and make sure to give this video a like if you're heading to the Lands Between when Elden Ring arrives on PS4 and PS5 on the 25th of February. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you're always up to date with everything going on in the world of PlayStation.
PlayStation